Yeah, I'm chilling. Hello. Well, I've reviewed everything in my Pick 10 too. Pick 10 Horror 2. Remember that? Pick 10 Horror 2. So now it's time to stop and rank them, and I have here the official rankings, the official numbers I have. So at the bottom, very last, but okay, I'm gonna say that this time, what all the movies I picked, none of them are horrible movies. I think they're all very good. There's just more problems with some than others. So starting at the bottom, the only one to get a 5 out of 10 with the lowest score, excuse me, is The Rental. Now, this movie, at the beginning of this movie, I was really getting into it. It was fun, but then at some point, there was a turn in the film, and it just goes downhill from there. The cheating, the affair that these two characters have, I forget their names, but these two characters have an affair. It would have held more weight had they not just passed it off during a hike and saying, oh, well, he met this girlfriend while he was dating this girlfriend, and he met you while he's dating this girlfriend, giving him a history of cheating on his girlfriends. That, took off some of the weight, because now we just know that he's a cheater, and it's not her fault, because he's done this before. It's not all her fault. It's not as much as it would have been, and it just sort of takes that away. Plus, then the reveal that it wasn't Toby Huss, that he was a big red herring, that there's someone else, basically turning this into The Open House, where it's someone who set up cameras, he murdered them, we don't know who he is, we get no follow-up with it. No, Danny just ruined it for me. I'm sorry. That's why it's at the bottom. So, there it is. So, next was a little hard to do, because I have 4. The next one up, there's no 6 out of 10s. So I have 4, 7 out of 10. So which comes first? Well, number 9 is Mama. All 4 of these 7 out of 10s were hard to do because they're all so very good. But this one, I think, is at the bottom just because the use of CGI, CGI is meh. The story kind of doesn't make that much sense. They were living out there for 5 years. No one found them for 5 years. That doesn't really make much sense. And just, I don't know. It seems like 2 stories of, the guy who's looking for his nieces for 5 years finally finds them, and now he's sent to the hospital because he's thrown off a banister, and now we have to focus on this other character, Annabelle, and how she has to become the mother that they know she could be. I understand that, but this guy was searching for his nieces for 5 years, and he just throw him in a hospital because no, he found him. We don't need him anymore. No. Next, number 8 is Orphan. I thought this would be higher, but really watching it this time, there were some flaws with it that I saw, and it was just I really don't know. But she got away with so much, and she shouldn't have. What did she do with the car? Her car, the nun's car would still be by that bridge, right? What happened to the car? They never explained it. They end it with her falling in the ice because they have to go back to the ice because that's how the daughter almost died. Performances are great. There's not as much bad about it than Mama, but it's just, I don't know. It's a weird kind of movie for me. Next is number 8. Number 7 is You're Next. It's You're Next. This is a fantastic film. I wish I could have given it higher, but I gave it a 7 out of 10. This was my first watch. I enjoyed it, but I felt like the twist that the family was in on it, while a good twist, that worked when it was the brother and his and the sister-in-law or whatever, the brother and his girlfriend doing it, revealing that our main character Aaron's boyfriend was in on it too. Just didn't make too much sense to me. I felt like that he didn't need to be. Like, I understand he was gone. I feel like he should have sort of been in with the cops. You know? And maybe have a subtle reveal that he was in on it. But to have him show up and just, you know, what, they're supposed to be in the middle of this and he's calling his brother, it doesn't make any sense. Just to reveal that he's the killer. It just doesn't make any sense. But everything else was pretty cool. Next, at number 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 6 is The Beach House. This was a very unexpected film. I did not know it was going to be a virus film like Cabin Fever, and that's what it turned out to be. More than that, and like an apocalyptic type film, and I think that the acting was fantastic. I just thought that the whole, you know me, I'm not a fan of downer endings, and no one survives in this. The ending, more than a downer, is just confusing. She's laying there and she's saying, you know, don't be afraid, don't be afraid, don't be afraid, and she's just gone. That didn't happen to any of the others. All the other people turned into creatures, and she's just swept away with the water. I don't know. It's just really weird, but it is enjoyable. I like all the characters getting together. It's older couple, you have the younger couple. The older couple's going through something, the younger couple's going through something, and then they have to deal with what's this. The dismissal of the older gentleman, Mitch, you know, he just walks into the water. I thought it was a little bit like, oh, we gotta write him out, have him walk into the water. That's what it felt to me. When she turned into a monster and he just walks into the water, did he sense that he's gonna do that too? And he just walks into I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense. But I thought this was pretty good. Next, number 5, an 8 out of 10, is The Toll. And really, the only thing I didn't like was the twist. Everything else in this film was good. I took 2 points down because I just felt that it just didn't work, the twist. Spoiler alert, of course. The twist is that the driver, I don't remember his name, does it say? Spencer. This whole time, if he was a psychotic serial killer type person this entire time, then why the hell didn't he kill her when they first turned on the road? Like, there's something going on. Why didn't he just kill her? I understand that his car stopped, and maybe it stopped sooner than he would have wanted, but he could have just been like, okay, I'll just do it now. But then just him to be there helping her through this whole thing, then to just reveal, oh, I was going to kill you, I was going to fuck you, then kill you, and yeah, it just didn't make any sense to me. You know, but the rest was pretty good. Next, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have 4 9 out of 10s. And the next one we have here, the first one we have here for 9 out of 10, and number 4 is Hereditary. And really the only reason this goes down this far is because the rewatch value. There's no rewatch value in this. It's very shock and awe, much like its counterpart, Midsommar, which has a little more shock and awe in it. But it just had very limited rewatchabilities. I watched this 3 times, just 2 times. That's right, 2 times in the theater, and then now. I did not watch this when I bought it because it's just such a bah. No, I did watch it when I bought it. It's 3 times. 3 times. Yeah, I watched it in the theater, and I watched it when I bought it, and I hadn't watched it since until now. That's right. It's that kind of shock and awe, that, you know, limited rewatch value that kind of puts it down for me. Next, number 3 is The Last House on the Left, the remake from 2009. This is a fantastic film. The only reason it's number 3 is that this time watching, I didn't enjoy it as much as the other 2, but it's still really good. It's got, you know, I felt like and also I felt like the first half is very uncomfortable, whereas the second half, where they just start boom, boom, killing these people, is fantastic. Number 2 is The Call, and really, the only reason this is number 2 is because I like the other one so much better, but this is really good. I think the idea for this is really good. Like, these kids are picking on them. The only thing that really got me and why it's not number one is because there was a character that, I'm going to say everyone has a secret, right? So the boy character in this, I don't remember his name. Is it Chris? Chris. He should have had nothing. He should have been let go. Because they showed earlier in the film, he dropped the brick. He didn't throw the brick. He wasn't saying any bad things about those people. And yet he still got in trouble because he was with them. And I hate that kind of thing. Because he was there when it happened. Like, you were the group of people, like, say you're with a group of people and you didn't do anything, but because the cops show up and see you with that group of people, you're in trouble just for standing there. I really think that's unfair. He didn't do anything, and yet he's getting punished. And then we find out there was something in his past with a girlfriend who got pregnant and they got in a car accident because and that really wasn't his fault either. And I hate how they frame it that it's his fault that she got in a car accident because she left him because he wasn't ready to tell their parents about how she was pregnant. And supposedly that's his fault that she got in a car accident. She got mad at him for that, yes. She chose to leave. She got in her car and she drove away. That's her fault, not his. Again, something happened that he wasn't really a part of other than just saying, I'm not ready to tell my parents. And she freaked out. That's the only thing that really, took it down for me. And the ending where he ends up trapped too, he was innocent. Well, until he shot the old man. But still, had he not shot the old man, I think it would have been more innocent. But I think that's why they had him shoot the old man, because they needed a reason for him to be. And if that's the case, don't do that, because he was basically innocent of the whole thing. What happened with his girlfriend wasn't really his fault. What happened at the thing, he had nothing to do other than just standing there. Yeah. But number one is Lights Out. Lights Out gets number one. I think what David F. Sandberg did here is fantastic. There's some CGI problems and some logic issues, but I think this, very good. That's why it's only a 9 out of 10. But fantastic acting, the atmosphere is good. Some things are repeated a lot, like the lights flashing on and off things repeated a lot, but it's still fantastic. And I have less to talk about because I really like this film. But there you go, my ranking for the Pick 10 Horror 2. And I will be now concentrating on other random stuff for now. But I do, speaking of random, I want to do a Pick 10 wild card. So, if you don't know, you probably don't, I'm going to start working my Pick 10s into 3 parts. I've already done 2 parts of horror. I'm going to do another part down the road. I'm going to do 2 more parts of action if I can, find enough to do with. And I'm going to do a Pick 10 wild card, which will be a 3-part series. And that one's going to be so different because I'm going to take 30 movies. How I'm going to do that with Blu-rays, 15 DVDs, 15 Blu-rays of different things, of different genres. Write them out down on a piece of paper, put them in a little container, shake them up, and pull them out. And I'll do 10 the first time, rank those. And I'll do 10 another time, rank those. And then that time, and rank those. And then I'll do a full ranking of all 30, which I'm going to do with my horror ones too. I just gotta rewatch my first ranking video so I can get in what I ranked those and put them together, So, till then, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty. I'll see you in the next one.